Check. Hello? All right. So, who's still watching? Sorry about that, guys. That was brutal and embarrassing. And this is what happens when I don't check the settings when I go away for the weekend. So, all right. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. I was out all weekend, totally off the grid, spending time with my girlfriend, and I just fired up the computer and jumped on. I didn't even check the settings, and that's embarrassing. So, anyway, no, just getting here. You're Club 80. What's happening? Sound backwards. I don't know what that means. But hopefully that means you can hear me at the very least. And yeah. Still hear me? Still hear me? Good. Yay, sound. All right, guys. Well, hey, that was super embarrassing, and thanks for bearing with me. Please don't retweet those other two, because it's bad. But hey, we're here. We're all here, and we're all here, and it's been a solid weekend for Bitcoin. Although today has been not the greatest, but hey, crypto markets, I'm feeling. You guys saw in the thumbs. I'm feeling good. Here is why, guys. This is what I was actually looking at. I was breaking this down into different intervals, and I noticed on the MACD, if you look at this, so we've got one hump here, right? And if you look at this historically, we've had some pretty similar sorts of things going on as we. And again, I'll just scroll down into it, but right before the last bull run, and then, you know, going back further, there seems to be two little pumps before every big one, right? And these will all line up with price action. So at that, I was thinking, hey, you know, maybe all hope is not lost yet. As you guys know, I'm pretty long-term bullish on cryptos in general, but as I am sure everybody has been feeling, it has been hurting my feelings lately watching it continue to go down. So it is definitely giving me a little bit of confidence looking at that view. Also, another thing that I see here is an inverse head and shoulders potentially ready to play out. So do you guys see it here? Shoulders, head. So left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So when that is upside down, that is generally a bearish indicator, but that could be a bullish indicator. So I think in the long term that's good, but in the short term, I do think we might break down again, which is really a drag. But just this is what the chart tells me here. If you look on the lazy bear squeeze momentum, that momentum is starting to fall off, and we've already seen a bear cross. And again, I'm looking at the 4-hour. We've already seen a bear cross in the MACD, and stochastic RSI is dropping at a rapid rate. Let's see, is this the 50? So we are still above the 50. Well, I should do this on the daily. We are not on the daily. We are below. On the 4-hour, 54-hour, 50 moving average, 4-hour, we are still above. And on the 20 moving, we're just broken below. So those aren't giving me a huge ton of confidence that we're going to go on the run that I was thinking we might a little bit earlier today as I was putting the show together. But anyway, I think long term that's looking decent. So we'll see. Live in the mix, it's lit. Hey. Yeah, sorry. No, not your phone. Not sorry about that, guys. Totally was my own technical difficulties causing the issues. So sorry about that. And thanks for bearing with me and sticking around. Glad you guys are able to join me for this now. So let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody that's saying anything over on Twitter. Nope, good. All right, great. So let's scroll up this mix a little bit here. Scroll up this chat a little bit here and see what's up. Sound is backwards, just arrived all done. Sound, hooray, everybody's happy. I'm sorry I'm blurry. I don't know what to do about that. It doesn't look super blurry when I look at it on my laptop, so I don't know. But let's see. Bancor hacked, yeah. Decentralized exchange, Bancor hacked, stopped all trading activities. Not good, but they do anticipate being up and running again within a day. So hopefully that will resume with no further trouble. But yeah, that's a scary thing for a decentralized exchange to be hacked is not a good thing, because that's supposed to be the whole point, right? All right, so let's see. Inching up, down, up, yes, okay. People have been dumping their EOS and ETH into GoChain. Q Monarch ad. Yeah, I'll do that later. You're getting one for sure. But anyway. Yeah, let's take a look. I did see a couple of things, guys, that I think I'm going to keep an eye on them anyway. So again, I may have blown it by not jumping on here live enough, but one, Didyoubuy. Didyoubuy, yep, I knew this was going to happen. I was looking at Didyoubuy earlier, and it was still mooning. I saw it start to dip down, but I thought it might bounce, although I think it's now looking at this right now, I think it's going to break. So I was going to say take profit. Now I would say set a stop loss. Yeah. 600 sats. Yeah, it's right there. Honestly, this is what I would do right now. Just looking at this, right? Because Didyoubuy has been on a heck of a run lately and has been super run up. So I would just ladder in some low buys, right? If you really, really want to try to get in and you think, like, I don't know this, I thought this was going to bounce, but here, we're looking at on the 2 hour, you know, on the daily, it's looking really good. On the hourly, it's already started to go the opposite way to the sell direction on the lazy bear, that squeeze momentum there. So I don't know that I would get in on it right now, but I would say if Didyoubuy is one that I was interested in adding more of to my portfolio, I'd be setting my buys down here at the you know, 470 to 500 sats range. Just because this isn't looking great to me. Like I said, on the daily it looks awesome because it's had several days of great news in a row this month so far. But right now it looks to me like it's running out of gas and might be cooling off a little bit. So I think perhaps Didyoubuy could have some further legs in the future, but I would wait on jumping into that right now. So that was a take profit recommendation I was looking at earlier today, and now that's what I would say is I wouldn't be buying into that at any time. But one thing I did see that I am going to add more of, so I saw this play last week, and Jordan and I, one of our technical analysts in the Moon Lounge, both were looking at this right as the Tether FUD was coming around. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. And I thought if Tether was going to crash, I'll say that, I was going to use a dirtier term, but if Tether was going to tank, then I thought since a lot of people like to use BNB, perhaps they would be going out to BNB rather than Tether, and Binance is such a high volume exchange. I thought Binance or BNB coin was looking pretty good. So I actually entered the trade back over here at about 20,000 sats. So I'm actually a little bit negative on that, but I don't care about that because I use satoshis. It's like cents for a Bitcoin. We good? All right. So anyway, yeah, so it's broken down to that point now, but this is one that I am looking to add more of to my portfolio because I trade on Binance, right? And I think Binance is a super high volume exchange, and I think as the market continues to turn around, BNB coin is going to become extremely valuable. So we'll see if it does get into that bullish direction, but I do know that right now by its historic price points, BNB is looking pretty good. So again, I'm only making this. I'm only interested in picking up a bunch of this right now specifically because I don't mind using it for my trading fees, and it's a pretty good price against Bitcoin. So I don't think it's going to have any pumps like this anytime soon unless we see good movement from Bitcoin. But in the interim, that is something that I utilize, and the utility of that token does allow reduced trading fees, which is good. So let's see. All right. What else? What else is on here? Didyoubuy on fire. Yeah, Didyoubuy is, like I said, cooling off. So, all right. Yeah, me too. I'm glad I finally got it to work too. Sorry about that, guys. Forex Lens. All right, why anybody has Didyoubuy been running up? Well, I'll answer that in my opinion on why I think Didyoubuy has been running up, and that is because they've been announcing partnerships lately. And as we know, this industry, unfortunately, is very hype-driven, for better or for worse. And as a result, I think them having a good push, making partnerships with other projects, ended up bringing their name into the fore. And, you know, people love a good FOMO, don't they? What do we say in Cryptosomniac, guys? No FOMO. Don't FOMO in. Don't chase pumps. It's never a good thing. You could learn the lesson for yourself by losing money, or you could just learn from all of us who learned it the hard way and don't FOMO into things. So anyway, yeah, that's what I would say there. And let's see. What else? What else? I think it's just the community sticking with the project. Very popular in hardcore fans. Are you, Sean? Are you referring to? Are you referring to what? Stacking nines? Oh, Didyoubuy. Yeah, there you go. I will say this. I have a team member, and he is die hard for Didyoubuy. Like literally, he doesn't talk about any other cryptocurrencies. And I don't want to blow him up on the stream, but that is actually how I became even aware of Didyoubuy. He gave me some, and so now I pay attention to it. It does have a fairly good utility as far as just a pure payment token goes, and they have been kind of sticking to the roadmap goals. So you know, there's some potential there. But I think by and large that was it. Was they do have a very good community behind them, and again, this is a hype-driven market. So, all right, let's see. Check on Selfkey. Let's look. Is Selfkey just KEY, right? Yeah, right. Cool. Yeah. Well, Selfkey is in my no trade zone. No trade zone. Yeah, it's already well below, but here's, well, no, I was gonna say, you know, okay, guys, see this right here, and again, this is only on the hourly, so this is really irrelevant. Let me get on a more useful time frame here, and this one too, guys, is there's not a ton of history on this, so technical analysis is somewhat limited. Fundamentals here. But yeah, in our community we were definitely making some key plays last week. So as you can see here, these were trades I had recommended to our team. So anyway, that was where we were at with it, and I would stay away from key right now. If you were in that and you have not stopped out of it yet, you've pretty much gotten back to your break even. So you know, use your best judgment. But I would have stopped out by now if it were me. Whoa. All right, so let's see. Do not TA. Oh, don't worry. I won't TA it. It's pointless. We all know how I feel about that garbage project. All right, let's see. Looked at key yesterday and pretty quickly decided no trade zone. Yeah, I mean, really, it's, you know, I'm not entirely sure key didn't get a hold of by a pump and dump group right before it's. I mean, you know, it's anytime things get listed, they're gonna run up, but it just didn't maintain too much momentum. So you know, double top, broke down. I don't see anything else here that shows me that it's going to be turning around from that anytime soon. Again, I'm looking on the 4-hour, but you can see lazy bear squeeze momentum started to go back in a bullish direction, and now has since started to you know, show the sell signal again. Stochastic RSI, it is super low, so that's actually, this would have been something that would have drawn my attention to it if I had been looking over here at cryptosomniac.com and our little RSI feed. But you know, the rest of these indicators are garbage. Look at it. This volume is shit. I'm sorry about my language, guys, but this is garbage. There's no volume here at all. So you know, there's no way the price can be sustainable with no volume. Nobody's buying it. All right, so let's see what else. GoChain, actually, that's the one that we've actually got a report coming out on that. So I haven't dug too much into it myself, but that is one I put one of our writers on. So we'll see. I don't know. Once the report comes in, I will have a more informed opinion. But I took the weekend off of blockchain, guys. Last week was primarily me doing a lot of back-end administrative stuff. I'm sorry I couldn't stream more, but hey, at least you got a SNA, right? You got a SNA day. So anyway, let's see. I'm guessing Forex Lens that you are talking about trading Forex? I don't trade Forex. So if anybody else trades Forex and wants to listen to my man up here, feel free, but I don't know anything about Forex. I have, you know, I'm sure my TA skills would carry over. They work, TA works, this skill set works just about any market as long as you've got a chart, but I don't know anything about currency, so that's not crypto. So I couldn't say. I have no recommendation. So all right, let's see. So BNB was something I was looking to pick up. TRX, yeah, Tron is looking decent. And again, this was, guys, I started putting this show together a little bit earlier here, and this is what I was seeing was oh, look at that, starting to get into the positive direction. We'd seen lazy bear, you know, the sell momentum dying off, and it was starting to look like it might look decent, but again, this is, I gotta, the stream the stream thing really threw me off, guys. As you know, I'm definitely a short-term and swing trader. You know, I'm long-term bullish, but most of my experience comes from making these little scalp plays and things like that. And so this is what I try to get on, is just tell you what can you actually, you know, what are actual items that I could take today. And sometimes I have massive technical difficulties or don't get on live quick enough, and don't get to make the calls, which is a drag. So yeah, what's happening, Gaurav? Thanks for joining us, guys. All right, let's see. I'll tell you what's looking good. TRX. Yeah, I mean, you know, long term, this is yeah, well, you guys could tell I've been looking at TRX for quite some time here. But long term, TRX is, it's at least at an affordable price. I don't know that this chart gives me a ton of confidence, because do you know what I see here? Do you know what I see here? I see a continuation of a downtrend, just like I see on all the rest of these things. So I wouldn't, again, unless there's a particular utility for a lot of these alts specifically, like that's why I say BNB. It actually has a use case if you're a trader on Binance anyway. But a lot of the alts I would be concerned with. All right. My views on XRP are shitcoin. I don't mess with it. It's too centralized. I don't like the way that they misrepresent that all their partnerships are going to require utilization of the XRP token. They do not. They are utilizing the network on the back end. I do not think that all of the partnerships that they make with the banks are going to end up being bullish for the XRP token long term. I think it serves as a really great way for people that don't know much, or people that are new to crypto, to give their Bitcoin to the banks. That's my honest opinion on what Ripple is. I think it's a real great way to give your money back to the people that you're trying to divest from, right? Because I mean, potentially, unless I'm completely mistaken, maybe you're just a gambler. I don't know, but you know, I'm in this because I see that the financial banking system as it stands doesn't work for everybody, and is in the very tight grip of a few people, and that doesn't work for me. And so I'm trying to hedge my bet against it. You know, I haven't totally divested. I still got plenty of money in banks and in 401ks and in a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA. I diversify, right? But these cryptos are my hedge against that, because there is, as we know, lots of chicanery going on in that industry over time. Let's just take Wells Fargo as a great example, with all of their fake accounts, so that they could effectively create more volume and look like they had more users than they did, right? Think of it in crypto terms. So anyway, not a big fan of central banks, and that's why I say I'm not giving Ripple any money. All right, so let's see. Yeah, oh, hey, listen, I will tell you this, Stacking Nines, I never underestimate Pump Master Justin's son, but he did make a massive misstep, in my opinion, just recently by doing the Verge move and making his currency available for paying on Pornhub or whatever one it was. But anyway, I think that was a faux pas, in my opinion. But you know, the guy's great at marketing, so I think Tron has legs in the long run, and I do think overall, if you think of it like it's a decentralized app store, that actually it could have a lot of potential in the long term. So anyway, all right, let's see what else. Tron, oh yeah, that was the other one, was Neo. Everybody's been hating on Neo lately, and oh Jesus, well, look at that. This has happened since. So again, guys, I was looking at this earlier and thinking it might have been a good time to accumulate. Again, just accumulate if this is one of your long-term holds, but that would have been a bad call. So right now, I would not enter a buy on that. That's in fact looking like it's going to dip harder. So I would wait if it were me, and maybe start looking again down here at about the 49 to 50,000 sats range, because that's ugly. That is ugly. RIP Neo, which doesn't really make sense because they still have so many things that are going to. I mean, it's the Asian Ethereum, if you believe the hype. So they still have a bunch of different projects that are going to be launching, and they're starting to make progress. So I'm surprised to see it's going down that low, but I think that's again just a symptom of the crypto markets by and large. Ultimately, guys, what do I say every time, right? It all depends on this guy right here. This guy right here. Yeah, temporary rip, Neo. I mean, like I said, it's Neo's taking a long nap. But it all ultimately comes down to what's Bitcoin gonna do, right? And here we go on the hour. I mean, this shows me right here. The bulls gave it a really good run here, and it started to pump up, but then just couldn't maintain. Again, look, none of these created, like, this was our short-term higher high, and it went whoops, all the way up to like 60. I think it was like 68.18. Oh wow, 68.42. Yeah, so it pumped up pretty high, and immediately the bears were like, nope, and slapped it down. And look, the bulls were like, no, we're trying. I'm giving a lot of effort to it, but look at this, not a single one of these made a higher high, right? Lower, lower, oh, push back up, but still not higher than those. Lower, and even here, when we had this one huge influx here, oh, still didn't get up. So yeah, that was the one that went to 67.18, or 68.18 rather. And yeah, the bears immediately come back in and say no. So yeah, my Bitcoin short-term trading stack is still sitting in fiat on GDAX, Coinbase Pro now. But yeah, I've been looking at Ethereum, waiting for Bitcoin to do its thing, because I think, in my opinion, that's the move I want to make. So that could be stacking nines that people are selling off their Neo for GoChain. 5K approaching. Hey, I've been saying that for a while. I've been saying I think we go down into the 5K range. I don't know if we're going to go all the way down to 5K, but we've shown pretty good for Bitcoin. We've shown pretty good strong support at that 5,800 level. 1, 2, and kind of 3 times there. And then yeah, beyond that, like I said, there's not a ton of support at that level for a long way back, and that auto scale is killing me. So yeah, this year, this has been here. Let me put those on some larger intervals. And so we've seen 1, 2, 3 bottoms there. So that's a 1, 2, 3 bottom, triple bottom over time. I think we're gonna find some pretty good support there at that 5,800 level, but who knows, guys? I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. This is just what I think this is what technical analysis. I'm looking at what the history has done, and this is what my analysis of it is by how I think the markets will react. All right, so let's see. It's not rip. Remember when I had Ant shares at like 80 cents? Still up for me at that price? Yeah. Well, if you were in it since it was Ant shares, that's like you were in Nano when it was still Rayblox. Speaking of Nano, there you go. Is Nano a dying project? Well, it certainly looks by the charts, doesn't it? So guys, this is one thing I really want to drive home. This is so important in this space. Is none of these things are worth anything without user adoption, right? You can have the best network. I can make the best mousetrap in the world, right? I can make the very best mousetrap in the world, but if nobody uses my mousetrap, it doesn't matter. My company's going out of business, right? And so ultimately, all of this stuff completely relies on user adoption. And so you guys, we're here, right? We're adopted, but how many? I want to know. Just show of hands in the chat right now. Just give me a thumbs up, or you can, I don't care what you type. Show of hands in the chat. How many of you guys actually transact with your crypto? How many of you guys actually like use it to pay your rent or like buy things ever? Anybody? Nobody even uses it to like buy gift cards to buy yourself plane tickets every once in a while, or? And you don't have to admit this part. I don't care what, but nobody even uses it. None of you guys ever Silk Roaded For the record, I think it's hilarious. I have so many of my friends that ask me, they're like, "You've never used cryptocurrency for anything legal?" And I'm like, "No." Well, I don't even know how to get on the dark web. I have no idea. But anyway, that's one way you could. Yeah, there you go, Jay-Z Drift. So, incorrect drop. See, so that's good. That's good. So you guys are using it. But look at us, like this. If you're in this chat, if you are in this chat right now, you are a crypto person, right? Like you are an early adopter. You are a crypto person, and if you're not spending it and transacting it with your daily life, what makes you think that people that don't even know what any of these altcoins are going to adopt it, right? So that's what, you know, I'm not trying to FUD this out. I'm just trying to be realistic. You know, you've got to look at this, guys. So let's get over here and let's just look at one fundamental thing that I used to like to touch on a lot and I haven't done. Look at this. We have 1,624 different cryptocurrencies. Market cap's gone up a bit, so that's good, but still not awesome, right? I mean, we were at 700,000 back in the bull market in December, right? Like we were at like, I'm sorry, 700,000. 700 billion was what I meant to say there. And we were having volume, you know, massive, massive volume. You know, and Bitcoin dominance was way down. So look at this. We have garbage volume, 12,000. I mean, just 4 weeks ago, we were still pretty regularly at you know, at least 16 to 20. And I haven't seen this thing over 15 in weeks. And Bitcoin dominance is crazy, right? Crazy high, 43%. That means people are fleeing the altcoin market, guys, and that's just a fact. So, you know, ultimately, this is what I say. I'm not trying to FUD the market. What I am trying to say, guys, is if you are a crypto believer, and I think you are because you're here, right? I mean, maybe you're just a speculator, but if you really believe in this stuff and you really think that this does have the possibility to change things in the world, then I would recommend haranguing your local merchants and things, you know, or at least some online merchants or anything like that. Talk to them and say, you know, I would love to be able to transact in this medium here. Because the more people that start to believe like this is an acceptable thing, the better. Yeah, sticking with top 20 coins is probably safe. Anyway, all right, yeah, I'll stop ranting. Enough rant for the day. Let's get back to the TA. What do you say? Also, I should probably wrap this show up pretty quick here. We've been going awfully long. I got a holy shit EOS, so I'm going to go look at it. Let's see what's going on. Is it tanking? Oh, it sure is. Well, guys, like, let's be honest. Their blockchain is a goddamn disaster right now. So is anyone really surprised about this? You think this project was massively overvalued? Or is that just me? I think this project, I think they raised way too much money. And I think, you know, I think they just haven't quite got it together yet. I think there's a really solid team behind this project. And, you know, their ethos seems to be reasonably good. But I don't know. That's until they get their act together. This is not one, you know, I was a lot more bullish on this earlier this year. I'm like, I'm not touching EOS right now. But yeah, if this is one you want to add to your long term, that's great news, right? But that's a nasty drop off there. All right. Anyways, yeah. Oyster Protocol. I don't know about that one. All right, we'll do Cardano, guys. I'm gonna do that just because I see that here. And yeah, let's go ahead and give away some free crypto after that, and I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta go do some other things, and I still need to work out today because I'm getting fat. It's gross. All right, so let's see Cardano. How we doing? How we doing here, IOHK? Well, as far as like a recent. Red on the candle. Yep, good. And let me just change this to my pretty settings because I'm partial. All right. Yeah, Cardano is actually, this is generally, I'll usually start to try to accumulate in this range. But again, down market, this is, I wouldn't recommend. Let me say this right now. I don't have a bullish feeling on any altcoins until Bitcoin turns around. That being said, if you believe in these projects long term, this would be where I would start to accumulate some Cardano for sure. But I might wait because I think it's going to come down a little bit more. Again, just reading what this chart is telling me right now. On the daily, starting to look okay. But again, what do, guys? We look at the big time frames and we start to look at the smaller time frames for confirmation. And immediately I go to 4 and I see lazy bear, squeeze momentum, sell momentum starting to pick back up. And again, if we get down, yeah, there we go. 2 hour, 1 hour, not looking good, right? But here's some promising. This right here gives me a little bit of a warm fuzzy. RSI super low right now. What is that? Jeez. I mean, 0? Is that even possible? 0.8? Yeah, RSI crazy low. I don't know. Yeah, just on RSI alone, this is worth looking in. But I don't see the little cup on the MACD, right? This is what I want to see, right? See this right here, guys? The MACD go through the roof, and let me just see what happens, right? MACD cup. Watch. So do you see what I'm seeing here, guys? So this has already happened, obviously, but I'm seeing the opposite of this right here. So I see lazy bear squeeze momentum, sell pressure heavy, sell pressure starts to lighten up. I see MACD cups crosses over in a bullish direction, and stochastic RSI starts running up. That is saying, okay, this is about to hit a bullish signal. But I don't see that at all here. I see that it got bearish. It got a little bit less bearish, then more, then less, then more, and less. And again, I'm only looking at the hour here, but that's exactly what this tells me. It told me a bunch of people sold off, and then some people bought up their sell orders, and then they were like, yeah, I'm going to sell more. Right? And some people bought those up, so I'd hold off on Cardano for now, because I think that's got further down to go. But if I were going to look at what's a good buy based on historical data, I might start to put in a buy somewhere around 19,000 Satoshis. And again, this would be for a short swing only or a long-term accumulation play. But yeah, if I was doing a short-term swing, I'd put the buys in at, like, let me look at this a little bit closer. 1915, and I'd look to target that exit at, I don't know, 2135. What are we looking at there? I feel like that's not a huge gain in percentage. Oh, well, I would have been wrong because I'm looking at a huge time frame. So 21%, not bad. But yeah, that's I wouldn't get involved in that right now. I think that's got further down to come. So that's what I would do there. All right, Stegosaurus Bitcoin, yeah, or vomiting camel. That was a Mal's. That was a Mal's vomiting camel a while back. Anyway, no sense swimming upstream. Exactly. Jason Crowley knows exactly what's up. So guys, ultimately the trend, as Amal likes to say, the trend is your friend till the end. So swing trades and short trades to be made in this market. I am only personally accumulating Bitcoin and ETH at this juncture, maybe some more Monero because I like Monero. So anyway, for another exciting episode, you are very welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. And let's give away some free crypto. So how do we give away free crypto? Very simple. Not up here in this chat, not up here, down here below on YouTube. Give me a comment with your ERC20 address. If you don't put your ERC20 address in, I can't send you any crypto. But with a comment with your ERC20 address. If you were watching on Facebook, give me a like and a share. And if you were on Twitter, retweet me. And you will be eligible for free crypto. So I'm going to do this on Snae's video. And I know he killed the Facebook stream somewhere along the way. So there is no Facebook. So no Facebook giveaway for this one. So this makes it even easier, guys. This can get even easier for you to win. All you gotta do is watch, and they're like, how much easier could it be, guys? Really. All right, so I'm gonna put this as a random number generator between 1 and 2. You guys know my deal. Close my eyes, click it 3 times, and it's number 1. So number 1 is YouTube. All right, great. And on YouTube, how many comments? 11 comments. How many of these have an ERC20 address? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, it's really this easy to win. It's like people just can't follow instructions. It's easy to win. So 5. So 5 people on there are eligible. Hold on a second. Great. And 5. Close my eyes and click it 3 times. Number 4. Number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don Smith. Don Smith, you just won yourself some free crypto. So I'm going to copy this information and I will have my staff send you some free crypto. And that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, guys. So thank you very much. Appreciate you staying here with me and bearing with my 2 false starts. 3rd time's the charm. I'll make sure to check the mic before I come in tomorrow. So anyways, guys, thanks for being here. I remain Jason, and this is Cryptosomniac. And keep your stop losses tight. We'll see you guys. There we go.